Hi, and welcome to the Akashic Records Academy. I am your Akashic Records consultant and trainer, Karishma Manchanda. Today, let us explore some of the unique ways to access the Akashic Records. In this episode, we will talk about what is the purpose of our existence, or why do we exist. This is one of the most important and most repeated questions that my students ask during the workshop on healing with Akashic intelligence. While the absolute answer to this persisting question may not often be easily molded in words and is left much to be experienced, when one has discovered his or her connection with the Creator, the existence of each soul is merely a reflection of the Creator, wanting itself to be experienced through its mere reflections. Before we dive deeper into this question, let us first understand what the Creator is. This will help us set up the right perspective towards healing with Akashic Records, which are primarily based on understanding the Creator's perspective for healing purposes. So, who is a Creator? What does Creator really mean? Especially with reference to the Akashic Records. The Creator is the ultimate reality. It is only the Creator that is original, and everything else is merely a reflection of the Creator. The Creator is the source of all that exists. The creation came out of nothingness. This nothingness is nothing but the pure vibrational consciousness of the Creator itself. It is the Creator that exists and manifests itself as a visible form as well as an invisible formless phenomenon. This creative principle of the Creator is not separate from the creation. It is present throughout the creation in an unbroken form. So, you see that the Creator and the creation are nothing but a mirror reflection of each other. They exist as the two sides of the same coin. It is also important to understand that all forms and forms are the emissions of the Creator. They have a lifespan. But it is only the Creator who is the ultimate truth and is the only thing that exists as eternal. Our souls, being an emission of the Creator, have a similar existence too. The Creator has no date of establishment, nor will it have any expiry. It is an entity that exists beyond time, space, and dimensions. The Creator, being pure consciousness, is beyond the phenomena of birth and death. All such forms are within it. It is not caused by anything, nothing existed before it, and there is nothing which is beyond it. And when a soul is ready, it will automatically find a guru, a mentor, or someone to show a way to find the Creator within the self. When I started becoming one with the Akashic Records, experiencing the unfolding and accessing the Akashic Records almost for everything, I started experiencing profound shifts in my existence. I started witnessing oneness in everything as a different recognition of self and the world at large. As this mystery slowly began to unfold in my daily life, I witnessed my life becoming a continuous yet effortless existence, always in a state of flow. Though this might seem to have created a disparity from the world around me, it inherently made me one with everything I knew that existed. It connected me more with everyone and everything around me when I realized that the Creator and the material world are both the same. While one is present as the formless, the other is its manifestation as form. From the vantage point of spiritual psychology, we see that we are souls who have come here in this lifetime to fulfill the spiritual curriculum. As spiritual beings, our primary goal is not to change life on this earth. Rather, life on this earth exists the way it does to provide us with experiences through which we can transform ourselves, meaning learning to express the essence of who we are in fuller and deeper ways. And the best description of our inherent nature is that we are, at our core, composed of the energy we call loving. So spiritual awakening is about becoming increasingly aware of our nature as loving beings. The irony is that the only way life on this earth transforms is when enough people transform themselves. It is from this place of inner transformation that we can make a meaningful contribution to our world. With huge energetic shifts happening in the energies of this planet, an increased number of people are looking to resolve their journey inwardly to find more peace and grace in living. With the changes in the speed of life and the amount of daily struggle and stress that people are going through, our minds are getting strained. To be able to gracefully deal with one's existence from a holistic point of view, to live a life without forgetting the purpose of our existence. Since there is always a divine spark of the Creator that exists in anything which is found to be in existence, each soul is nothing more than a projection of the Creator itself. There is nothing, I repeat, nothing in this universe that can exist without this Creator's essence, the divine spark. The Creator in its formless form is exploring itself through form and is ever expanding its consciousness by recognizing itself through various aspects of its creation. Thus, humans are spiritual beings on Earth, exploring and expanding their awareness to feed into the universal consciousness called the field or the Akasha realm of superintelligence. As human beings, we seek to understand and witness the formless or the Creator externally. The formless witnesses and understands itself through living each aspect of itself as form. It is the Creator that experiences itself in human form, imbibing the ever-evolving consciousness through various relationships, and the myriad of emotions that humans experience through the journey called life. Earth, which is known as the planet of karma, brings to its inhabitants an opportunity to recognize the Creator that we are. It is unless we suffer in some way, we never turn towards spiritualism and stumble over the term karma. If we encounter a negative situation in our life, the easiest resolution is to externalize karma and understand it from the perspective of punishment. We assume that based on bad karma, we suffer miseries of varying intensities. It is hard to accept that we could have done something so wrong, that we had to encounter such a situation today. It is also difficult to register in our conscious mind that we might have done something we do not even remember having done. Karma is often perceived to be God's punishment. This further creates fear of God within us. We demean our existence by separating ourselves from God and not recognizing the Creator within us. If we witness our current life as a single bead in the eternal string of lifetimes our soul has experienced, a wider perspective may provide us with the clarity we have been missing for a long. Our karma is how we respond or react to a situation. Based on our own beliefs, we attract a set of people and situations in our life. The lessons that we learn are a result of those experiences. Such lessons that we learn from our current life are registered in our conscious memory. These include childhood memories and trauma which we may have inherited from our parents, ancestors, religion, nation, or even society at large. Such conditioning may be attractive based on our past life experiences. The beliefs from our past lives are deep-seated and operate through our subconscious. Such a belief is difficult to access other than when in theta brainwave state. Sages and yogis have exhausted years of tapas and meditation to still their minds wherein what they download as the truth of the Creator is witnessed. In the changing era where Earth is moving into the fifth dimension, we are releasing the old three-dimensional thought patterns and karma. The beginning of the Golden Age or the astrological age of Aquarius was long awaited by humans to witness the change and release the old patterns that no longer serve us. It is now easier to heal, manifest, and resolve karma. It is also easier to shed layers of conditioning by the limiting and self-sabotaging belief system that we have accumulated lifetimes over lifetimes. Thus, healing has become mainstream today. Many healers, especially those who belong to the indigo family, thanks to the color of their aura, have come to Earth remembering their innate spiritual gifts. They are here as change agents. Rainbow and crystal children who are now inhabiting Earth raise the vibration of this planet to such a level that lower vibrating energy such as that of fear and lack may no longer exist. Love, abundance, and harmony shall prevail in the years to come. Today, we recognize God as nothing but pure, unconditional love. It is worth pondering if a mother can ever have any other feelings for her child. This unconditional love of the Creator prevails as the energy of love through all that exists. Whether we accept to have it within us, or we deny it, the fact is that denial is also a perspective linked to something that exists. Had it not been there would have been no need to register it in our subconscious mind, and thus never be there a need to deny its existence. If we dwell in the truth of our existence and not sleepwalk through life, we can manifest love and abundance all around us, for the Creator is nothing but all-loving, all-giving. Once we stop treating ourselves as helpless victims and recognize our inherent powers, we can create a series of wonderful experiences in our life. The first step to manifesting something beautiful is to accept the fact that there is a lack of it. Rather than energizing it with the emotions of fear and limitations, we must accept gracefully that it is we who have chosen to be in each situation. This not only brings a commitment to change something to a more desirable state, but also empowers us to manifest that change. In other words, to be able to manifest a newer reality, we must first accept the situation without adding the element of judgment to it and then recognize the inherent power to create the change we desire. By denying or resisting a situation, we may only empower it to persist. Another essential element of manifestation is self-love. Unless we recognize the love that we are, we will continually resonate at a vibration of anything less than love. As fear is found to have a low, dense vibration prevalent in the physical form as intricately connected molecules and atoms, the emotion of love is freeing and is found to be of the highest vibration that resonates closely with that of the source. By tuning into the source energy, we become mini creators, and it is easier to manifest abundance in our life. Once we recognize our inherent power and the challenges thereof, it becomes easier for us to accept the situation and the people around us. However, despite knowing it well, the hindrance to manifestation is when at a conscious level, we desire to create something better, an alternative to our current situation or suffering. It is only by accepting what we have in the current moment that can we step up to the next level of manifesting a better version of our experience. Unless then, the denial of the current moment and the resistance to growth through it at the soul level will still subconsciously attract the same, similar, or even at times worse situations, or experiences will towards solidifying what we energize. If we energize fear, lack, and resistance without recognizing our need to attract and resolve it, we will only attract more intense situations until we fall flat. The same goes for the other end of the spectrum as well. The more we accept the situation and recognize ourselves being the creator, the easier it will be to manifest abundance. Once you can claim your inner freedom to manifest all that you desire, you can shift your reality and establish an updated version of yourself. To recognize the creator within, our higher self considered it necessary to experience certain situations and learn lessons from those experiences during a given lifetime. It is only by accepting the present moment from a neutral perspective, without the weight of our prejudice and judgments, can we have those necessary experiences and learn those essential lessons for our evolution. This process of evolution is not about genetic changes in our physical existence, but energetic mutations necessary to recognize the creator within. By denying the present moment or running away from a situation, we not only increase our suffering but also delay our evolution. It is worth noting that evolution will still happen. It is an inherent nature of our existence, but the denial of not working on self by recognizing the growth of self in any given moment may only further delay our progress. Acceptance, therefore, is of utmost importance. Whether it is people, situations, or our circumstances, every experience is only showing us a mirror, a reflection of an aspect of self that we do not wish to recognize within. Just by bringing to our awareness that every experience is otherwise neutral, and we have added a negative charge to it based on the emotions it evoked, we have already begun the process of resolving it. Once we acknowledge the problem, our focus shifts from the bitterness of that experience to resolving the situation. This, in and of itself, diminishes the trauma and misery we would have otherwise attracted from that experience. It is thus easier to use universal creative energy to enforce solutions. Whether that comes through another person, a thought, or through a book, the solution presents in ways we may never dream of. It is incumbent on me to reiterate here that we must never demean the power of such creative ways in which we attract solutions, or develop shame or guilt for a person through whom the solution presented itself. As everything we witness outside of us is a self, recognizing this self in others presenting us with the solution prevents us from developing karma with the other. It is also important not to restrict the universe to present a solution in a way or manner. An example may be manifesting love. If we wish to experience love through a person who just left us, rather than asking the universe to give us the person who abandoned us back, the focus should be on what emotions we wish to experience in that relationship, in our highest best. Limiting the universe with one name or type of person or attaching attributes to the kind of person you wish to have in your life will not only restrict the feasible options through whom we can experience fulfillment, but also attract similar patterns in our life as well. This may be understood as asking the universe to provide a person with similar energetic signatures and thus similar experiences. When we leave it to the universe, we allow the divine activity to take place through and around us effortlessly. The key to manifesting a newer reality is detachment from the outcome. Once we have done our work, if we are persistent in finding the outcome of our creative efforts, it only brings forth the fear of failure in our efforts to create a newer experience. Thus, surrender is the key to manifestation. Surrendering does not mean giving up on a situation. Nor it means that you must endure suffering. It simply means allowing the universal source consciousness and its creative force to flow through you without any blockage. We give up on our resistance to interfere with the energy that manifests based on our thoughts and desires. Detachment leads to the manifestation of chronicles. Recognizing what needs to be done in a moment of struggle is what sets the course for manifestation. It is innate to our existence to decide the course we wish to take. In any given moment of trauma, whether experienced through a relationship, career, health, or otherwise, 3 key possibilities exist. The first is complete shock and despair, where there is no hope and perhaps even depression. Second is a state of denial and non-acceptance of the situation, moving on to the next relationship, mate, job, or doctor. The third is an initial shock succeeded by graceful acceptance of the situation. When we accept ourselves and our situation completely and unconditionally, miracles happen. The highest degree of non-acceptance that one carries is the non-acceptance of self. It is not surprising to find how we reject the expression of our true, authentic selves to fit into society and our relationships. We fear our true expression will not be accepted by others, we fear abandonment from others, recognizing less that they are only mirroring the abandonment of the authentic self, without the muddling and conditioning of today's modern society. We reject our true self and its free expression to seek approval and validation from others. The more we are validated by others owing to their own need to provide validation, the more we lose our true selves to the darkness. This only leads to a generation of more negativity arising out of emotions such as blame, guilt, and betrayal. The relationships that otherwise are supposed to be fulfilling start to drain us and become burdensome. Our inability to end such a relationship often increases the degree of our misery and suffering. We fail to recognize our need to remain entangled in that relationship. Even such a relationship is serving us in a certain way, which we fail to recognize and park the entire blame onto the other. We deny the recognition of the fact that the other is only a mirror, showing us our reflection. This vicious circle continues till the time we are so overpowered by this darkness that we lose the meaning of our existence in the absence of this validation from our loved ones. There then comes a time to make a choice, whether to live with the misery of lack of self-expression and the situation created thereof, or to claim our inner freedom. It is worth understanding that those who genuinely love us will remain with us unconditionally, while those who quit are the ones with whom our relationship was only a mirage. Whatever is just as is. Denying our truth does not cease it from existing. The situation would not change just because we do not like the current situation. The only way to have a fulfilling relationship and experience true love is through self-love. Never underestimate the power of self-love. Self-love does not mean being selfish. It only means that we value our integrity and that our thoughts, actions, and intent are in alignment with our inner wisdom. We always get what we deserve, and we always deserve what we believe we do. However, not having what we believe we deserve in the current moment attaches a lot of limiting charge to the emotion that gets created from the feeling of being worthy. If we believe that we deserve something better, we are already in denial that we already have it at the current moment. The lack is further emphasized by experiences in such situations. It is until we believe at a soul level that we already have what we need in the current moment, is that we manifest what we would need to experience abundance and fulfillment. It is thus imperative to work on our belief system rather than focusing on the lack of the current situation that making our experience. Pure unconditional love remains to be the most powerful energy that fuels our existence. It has the power to dissolve any negative imprints such as the energetic charges of anger, revenge, blame, shame, and guilt. Blame may lead to revenge. Revenge may give instant gratification but will ultimately lead to guilt. An act of revenge by one may trigger a similar reaction in the other. As the negativity keeps accumulating in a relationship, it starts to damage the role and perception of the self in a relationship. Once our perception of self deteriorates, the role of the other in the given relationship is demeaned as well. Eventually, this leads to the damage and ultimate destruction of a relationship, whether with self or with the other. The result is the same. We must remain aware of what we are giving in a relationship, for what we give comes back to us manifold. Love to live is what blood is to the body. Love is not something that can be given, received, or recovered. Experiencing pure unconditional love is the inherent characteristic of our existence. It is when we sever our connection with the true authentic self, through which the vital life force from the source prevails and nourishes our being, that we start seeking such fulfillment from those around us. When we recognize we are being drained in a relationship, it may be time to see how we have disconnected from our connection with our true self and thus the Creator within us. We often desire everything around us to be perfect, including our relationships. Desiring perfection simply means that we recognize a lack in ourselves at a subconscious level in the current moment. Such a chase, if externalized, will lead to the addition of one feather in the cap each time, and yet never granting that saturation or fulfillment that we connect with mental peace. Recognizing the spark of the divine that we are, it may sometimes be essential to ponder, can the Creator, the all-knowing, all-creating and the all-abundant be imperfect in any way? Just by bringing this to our awareness, we can release the charge of being imperfect or less than others in a moment, for if we were to be something or someone else, we would have been so already. We have chosen to experience ourselves and learn our lessons through this experience of being imperfect. Each step towards this recognition is empowering. The lack of imperfection also sets the stage for the next stage in our spiritual evolution, provided we witness and experience being imperfect without adding our judgment to it. This awareness, coupled with the desire to better ourselves without attaching a meaning to it, triggers manifestation. Such unconditional love and understanding of self-discipline are what manifest a positive outcome. Should such a manifestation be based on denial and non-acceptance of self, or from an ego standpoint of proving self/others less, shall create an undesirable outcome. It is thus a point of caution to use this power of Akashic records to manifest your reality judiciously. Adding the essence of detachment and knowing that the shift will happen at a divine time, creating a situation that serves us in our highest best is the ultimate life hack. Remember, everything happens for a reason as per divine timings, and there is nothing called coincidence. Even if someone has harmed us or made us feel miserable or less than them, it is only because we gave them the power to do so. One must, therefore, follow their passion. Their highest aspiration for it is this enactment that fuels the expression of our authentic self. When we align with our highest aspirations, our journey towards experiencing oneness becomes effortless. So, are you ready to transform into the best version of yourself? Remember that the transformation outside begins with the change inside. If you be interested in instrumenting this massive change in your life, supporting the planet Earth in its quest to move from the third-dimensional to a fifth-dimensional being, and speed up the ascension process, or if are being called to this quest of awakening, I have the link to enroll in my course on Akashic Records in the description box below. I look forward to seeing you there.